guess what? Arsenal, they have a better chance of winning the Premier League than your team Chelsea. So if a team has to move on, it's Chelsea.
Arsenal have not won the Premier League since 2004, and you're talking to me about my team that just won approximately 9 years.
You said you don't like history, right?
I'm just trying to say it's that long. It's been that long.
Yeah, but that's still history, though.
Exactly.
Over the last recent 5 years, you guys haven't finished top 3 in the Premier League.
It doesn't matter. We're club world champions. Arsenal has no trophy in the past.
Wear that trophy all you like.
I will wear it all. I ordered the jersey that has the golden badge, and I'm waiting for it. I'm gonna wear it all my life. I'm gonna sew it on my body. Hey guys, welcome to the 4th episode of Discovered, where we bring you soccer/football and NFL analysis. And also, most importantly, we bring you predictions and our best bets. So what do you think, man? It's been 4 weeks. This is the 4th episode.
Yeah,
what do you think?
4 weeks, a whole month. I want to thank you guys for all your support. And, if you're new to the channel, I'm Brandon, this is Cedric. And all we do is talk sports, give bets and analysis.
Yeah.
So please like, share, and subscribe. And I do think, it's been a very good journey so far.
Yeah.
A lot of action. Now we have 2 different sports we're talking about, the NFL and soccer, and the entertainment is non-stop. I think it's only going to go from there. The Champions League is coming up next week. So that's one more
very, very
level,
exciting.
One more level of excitement. So it's really going to be fun. So I'm really, really looking forward to it.
I think we should dive straight to it right now. Looking at the new week coming up, we have the European matches this weekend, and then we have the Champions League midweek fixtures. Obviously, when you have the UCL midweek fixtures, it affects how teams play during the weekend, because sometimes you want to rest star players. Not rest per se, but if you're winning like 3-0, 4-0 during the game, kind of like take out your star player.
Yeah, to prevent injuries. And that's actually interesting, because this week you had the international break the last 2 weeks. Teams represented their countries.
Yeah.
And then now they have to go back and just continue from where they left off. I think it's really going to be a tough task as you get back into the league. And then now you have to think about the Champions League, which is just a few days after that. So, in the Premier League right now, only 2 teams are undefeated. Or 3 teams. You have Liverpool, you have your Chelsea, and then you also
obviously
have Palace. So what do you think? Your next game is against Brentford.
Yeah.
On the road. You guys haven't defeated Brentford the last 2 times you played at Brentford. So what do you think is going to happen in that game?
Hear me out, guys. I think with the Brentford team they have right now, I don't want to say absolutely because I've been cooked. I don't want to say absolutely, but I think we're going to get that one. I think Cole Palmer should be back. So it's a good game for us. It's a good game for us. Right now, they no longer have Ivan Toney. He left last year. They no longer have Brian Bemo, and they no longer have Johan Wissa. So I think the core of their team is gone. The captain as well, Christian Norgard, is gone as well. So the core of their team is gone. So it's going to be difficult for them. It's going to be a very difficult game for them, coming against the Chelsea side, which is in good form, extremely good form. And I think we're going to do so well, considering Cole Palmer should be back for that game. I haven't gotten injury report yet for Cole Palmer, but I think he should be back for that game. So I think it's going to be a good one for us. A London derby per se, but I think we're going to get that one.
Yeah, London derby. Yeah, I think that's going to be a fun game to watch. I don't really know what I'm going to be betting on, because on one hand, I like Chelsea. I like the way you guys play offense and defense.
You have to accept now.
On the other hand, I feel like you guys are going to fall off and do what you guys do best by avoiding...
By becoming world champions.
Yeah,
that's what we do best.
You guys became what? You guys say you by becoming world champions.
By becoming world champions, we're club world champions.
How many times have you guys?
I don't want to get into this.
Yes, you don't want to answer.
We're the only champions. We're the only legit club world champions for the new. We have the gold badge.
Anyways, I'm going to be taking Brentford to win or draw against Chelsea on Saturday. I think Chelsea is going to come back and try to find a chemistry after 2 weeks of not playing together. Brentford at home after a couple of defeats. I think they try to win this game at home.
They'll try
2 times,
but they won't do anything.
Yeah, so a draw is going to be favorable
for who?
At least to both teams. Brentford is going to avoid defeat. Chelsea is going to avoid defeat. Continue the streak. So I'm going to be taking Brentford to win or draw. Very good odds, 1.8. So I'm going to be taking that. I don't trust Chelsea yet to win on the road. Your only road win was against a bad West Ham team. So yeah, Chelsea. Yeah, I'm going to wait. If you guys win this game on Saturday, I'm going to have a lot of confidence in your team. So you have a lot to prove this Saturday.
Okay, good game. I think that's all for Chelsea for now because I think we're going to win. I don't want to talk too much about it because, they'll say I'm ranting about Chelsea.
I mean, you're a delusional Chelsea fan, so that's understandable.
Okay, we can go there for now. But what about the next game? Arsenal versus Nottingham Forest.
Brother, so that's an early kickoff game. So first of all, it's a very, very risky game to even think about.
Early kickoff games always trash.
They are always heartbreaking.
They have a history of being trash.
Yeah. And it's actually funny because Arsenal are coming off a road loss to Liverpool. So they have to win this game. They really have to win this game. Forest, on the other hand, they just signed Postecoglou.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see how he lines up the Forest team on the road. For me, I'm definitely going to be taking Arsenal money line because I know Arsenal is going to win this game. I know they're going to try every single thing possible to score and win. I think they're going to defend very well. Forest lost at home to West Ham.
Yeah.
It's actually funny. So I'm going to be on Arsenal.
Forest is very unstable. It's very unstable. They fired Nuno, not because of performance, but because of issues he had with the owner. So I think the team is very unstable right now. So it's going to be a very, very funny game. I need to see how they react, considering that they first of all lost Anthony Elanga, which was one of their best players.
Yeah.
They have Dan Doe now, but I don't think he is at that level yet. So I think Arsenal to be trying to, I think they'll get the win, to be honest.
Yeah.
That should be a straightforward one for Arsenal. They should get the win. If they don't get the win, then they might as well pack out of the Premier League race.
Yeah, I do have them to win the league though, so they definitely have to win this game.
Which league?
The Premier League.
I beg. We should, guys, let's be factual sometimes, So
yeah, but guess what? Arsenal, they have a better chance of winning the Premier League than your team Chelsea. So if a team has to move on, it's Chelsea.
Arsenal have not won the Premier League since 2004, and you're talking to me about my team that just won approximately 9 years.
You said you don't like history, right?
I'm just trying to say it's that long. It's been that long.
Yeah, but that's still history though. Over the last recent 5 years, you guys haven't finished top 3 in the Premier League.
It doesn't matter. We're club world champions. Arsenal has no trophy in the past.
Wear that trophy all you like.
I'll wear it all. I ordered the jersey that has the golden badge, and I'm waiting for it. I'm gonna wear it all my life. I'm gonna sew it on my body.
Oh, we're gonna see. I'm sure when you cry on Saturday, the tears are gonna be wiped by the gold jersey.
Well, I guess we'll see.
Oh yeah, for sure. And then the next game, I'm gonna be all over this game. Newcastle against Wolves.
Very interesting game. Newcastle is at home. It's very, very interesting. But Anthony Gordon isn't present yet.
Oh yeah.
But I think Newcastle gets this one. But something to be very you need to consider here is that Newcastle is playing Barcelona in the Champions League. So I think they'll go all out. Obviously, it's a home game. But something is funny about Newcastle, right? When they're playing a smaller team, no disrespect to Wolves, but when they're playing a team like Wolves, for example, the fans are not as aggressive as when they're playing in Liverpool or Barcelona. Newcastle versus Wolves, I think Newcastle's going to take the ticket. I think they're going to be pressing Wolves continuously, especially since Wolves lost their best player, Mateus Cunha, last year. Strand Larsen is still up and down. I think he had an injury. I don't know if he's back yet. I think Newcastle edges this one. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm going to be all over Newcastle in this game. One, they haven't won a game yet.
Pause.
Yeah. So they haven't won a game yet all season long. 1 loss to Liverpool at home, 2 draws on the road. So I think this is a game that they try to get the win to boost the chemistry in preparation for the game against Barcelona.
Yeah.
Wolves, on the other hand, they've lost terribly. They've lost every single game so far. Their form is so very poor. So I'm going to be all over Newcastle in this game. Newcastle money line, that's my bet. So I'm going to be taking Arsenal money line, Wolves money line, 2 odds. I'm going to be all over the place on Saturday morning.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you have a pick over there?
Yeah. So when it comes to that, I'm going to be playing Newcastle shots.
Okay.
So I'm going to go in with Newcastle shots. So for example, Arsenal, I'm going to be taking Arsenal shots too, because I think they'll be pressing Nottingham Forest a lot. I'm looking at Arsenal shots. I'm looking at Arsenal corners. When Arsenal play Leeds, I could understand why they wouldn't have a lot of corners because Leeds are kind of an attacking team, right?
Yeah.
Even though they're playing the Emirates, they'll still spring out. Daniel James will spring out, Wilfred Nyonto will spring out and attack. But when you're playing with Nottingham Forest, by default, they like to defend it. They like to defend it and then spring forward with Elanga. He isn't available right now, but they'll probably try with Callum Hudson-Odoi and Dan Doe. Not extremely fast. So I think Arsenal will have most of the possession.
Mm-hmm.
But Forest has a good defense. So even with the new coach, I think they'll do a little bit of defending, and then Arsenal have a lot of corners and a lot of shots towards the goal. So for that game, Arsenal game, I'm going to be looking at Arsenal shots and Arsenal corners.
Okay.
On a long parlay, I'll probably even have Nottingham Forest under shots, under about 11 or 12.5 shots.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
For the Newcastle game, I'm still going to go with Newcastle shots.
Okay.
They need to win this game, and I think the fans will deal with them to the end. They have a new striker, Johan Wissa. They have Nick Woltemade as well. So I think they will be pressing. Anthony Gordon isn't there, but I think with Elanga and also Harvey Barnes and Jacob Murphy, I think they have enough to probably get close to 14, 15 shots as well.
Yeah.
So that's what I'll be going with.
Yeah, and the midfield is there. Tonali is healthy. You have Bruno Guimaraes and Joseph Drellington. So it's going to be a good midfield to actually keep that game very stable and in control for them. Yeah. And then now, obviously, next to the next game is going to be about my FC Barcelona. You know, we started the season 3 games on the road with defending champions. No defeat so far.
Why do you have to always say defending champions?
I understand you don't know what it means to be a defending champions in over 8 years.
I'm a world champion. There's no need to be. I'm a club world champion.
To brag about your world championship, but it's not okay for me.
Man, La Liga is a trash league, to be honest. Considering that Marco Corella and other players have been saying that Sunderland, for example, have spent 200 million since they came to the Premier League. You know?
Yeah.
So players are eager to go to England. But in Spain, it's a little bit lackluster, man. You see a team like maybe Getafe, for example, or just Rayo Vallecano. They don't spend that amount of money. You playing for them and you playing for Barcelona is like in 2 different leagues.
Here's the thing, though. If a Spanish team meets an English team in a European final, they always find a way to win.
Except Real Betis.
From Sevilla.
Real Betis with Chelsea. What happened?
Oh, that was just a one-off.
One-off?
Yeah, that was just... What's about the Conference League?
The thing is that, let me tell you something. I don't refuse that Barcelona and Real Madrid are technically the best teams, one of the best teams in the world, you know. So people actually leave England and are running to play for Real Madrid and Barcelona. Yes. Like before growing up, they had all the stars. They had all the Brazilian stars, Ronaldo, Romario, you know, they had all the stars that people like to watch. Zinedine Zidane, they were all there.
Yeah, yeah.
So why in the past the English ball was a little bit more secluded, you know?
Yeah.
So I understand very well the class of Real Madrid and Barcelona.
Yeah,
I don't refuse that. But, you know, apart from that, maybe Atletico Madrid now is dead. Valencia, Villarreal.
Yeah, those teams, they've become so poor right now. So I mean, I agree with you. The Premier League, I mean, by far is the number 1 league in the entire world, you know. But I do think that the style of play in Spain is so tactical and so different that teams with a clear talent advantage can win most of the games. Unlike the Premier League, where because it's fast-paced and back-to-back, home fans have a lot of advantage where they can actually affect the game. That's why you can see teams like Liverpool lose on the road or Arsenal lose on the road or they even get draws on the road because the dynamic of the game is very different. But obviously, Premier League is by far the better and most entertaining league.
Okay. How about Barcelona versus Valencia?
Yeah. So first game back at home is actually funny. We're going to be playing at a stadium called, I don't know, we've never played there before, but we're going to beat the brakes off Valencia. FC Barcelona minus 1.5 spread, guys. I think it's about minus 160 right now. That's a lock.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be looking at Barcelona shots just because there's one madman in that team called Lamine Yamal.
What do you mean by madman?
The boy
is the best.
Did you see that? Did you see that meme of Rafinha looking at him? Why will you be crowning yourself? You see Joao Pedro crowning Kupama, but you decide to crown yourself. You are not LeBron James. LeBron James has been playing for more than 20 years in the league. He can crown himself and call himself the GOAT. Lamine Yamal, you have nothing on your name yet. I mean, you have won a couple of trophies, don't get me wrong. But personal accolades, you're not even the best in your team. Some people actually rank Rafinha and Pedri over him. So why are you crowning yourself?
I have a question to ask.
Why will you be crowning yourself? But I mean, I love him because he's going to make my parlay enter. He's going to kick shots, right? He's going to take the ball and want to score and just keep on kicking. And as he keeps on kicking, I'm going to take shots for Barcelona. So I love him. I love him for my parlay. I love him for my bet.
Why are you whining over a goal celebration? It's just a goal celebration.
Not a goal celebration.
It's just a goal celebration.
Did you see Rafinha? Rafinha's like, bro, you need to chill, man. He was like,
It's a goal celebration.
Bro, he needs to chill. He needs to chill. Like, Lamine Yamal needs to chill. He's a young boy and then he feels like he's a grown-up man. And it's good for publicity, don't get me wrong. It's very good for publicity. But when it comes to the team and himself, I think even Pedri said like, no, we need to play like for the team. And then the young man is always checking how you play a match and have 9 shots. Because and then you don't even score. You just tells
no.
Or you score or you score by the end.
Lamine Yamal has scored or given an assist in each of his last, I think, 7
I understand.
games. But here's my
potential
point.
Is a lot.
Here's my
he
point,
has
though.
so much potential, but I feel he wants to score because he thinks the Ballon d'Or is all, which is kind of true. But he is only forcing. Why are you crowning yourself,
okay,
bro?
let me ask you this.
Let the people give you the crown.
Let me ask you this.
Lamine Yamal, let the people give you the crown.
First of all, you're not going to tell him what to do. That's the first. Second of all, he's playing at the highest level of the game, which is extremely difficult to do. So if he chooses to celebrate by doing like this, which could be interpreted in 99 different ways.
Well, how else is that interpreted?
I don't know.
Bidding?
I don't know. But guess what though? He is performing. That's one thing you cannot take away from him.
I cannot take it away.
He's performing at the highest level, so you cannot tell him to chill. It's the same thing like Ronaldo. Back in the days, do you know what happened? If Ronaldo misses a goal and his teammate scores that goal, he's gonna...
No, but he wasn't
even showing the body language of celebrating. And we would think that he was a selfish player, he wants to score all the goals, but there are so many ways you can interpret things. But here's the thing. He's performing. The moment he stops performing, that's when you can start criticizing him. But right now,
I'm not criticizing the boy. I'm just criticizing his celebration. He's criticizing celebration. But I mean, that's it. Let's not go too much into it, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll be taking Barcelona shots. I love Lamine Yamal for kicking. He's gonna kick a lot for me, so I love him. I'm only hoping that they don't remove him by, let me say, 70 minute, 80 minute for the Champions League. But I think I'm gonna be taking Barcelona shots, and then I'm taking Valencia offsides. That's a new thing I'm looking at, you know, teams playing like offsides against Barcelona. It's a rare pick in most sports books, but you know, some have it. So I'm looking at Valencia offsides as well. Yeah, that's it regarding that.
Yeah, sounds good. Before we actually skip it to the game of the weekend, I want to ask you about the Serie A. Inter Milan is playing against Juventus. I was so high on Inter getting into this season because I thought last year, at some point in time, towards the end of the season, they were actually in discussions of winning the treble.
Yeah.
But then they won nothing.
Trophyless.
So I just thought that coming into this year, they have a lot of plans, they have a lot of dreams to at least win the league. But then before the international break, they lost against Udinese at home. So right now, I don't even know what to think. Juve, on the other hand, are undefeated. I think they've won at least 2 of 3 games. So they have a lot of chemistry. Do you have any thoughts on this game? I'm going to be betting Inter to win or draw on a parlay. I don't really like it, but I think it's a good value for a parlay. But do you have any bet on that game?
I think that game, for example, first of all, I like Juve. I do like Juve just because of the young stars they have. They have Yildiz. I like the young stars they have, you know. So I do like them. I love Kefrem Turam.
Turam. Very, very effective player.
Very, very effective player. So I love some of the players they have, and obviously the right winger from Portugal. I mean, I love the team. The only thing is that sometimes they're just so lackluster, pass the ball a lot from left to right, pass the ball from left to right. So I'm looking forward to the game. I don't think I'm going to be betting any major bet on that game.
Yeah.
You know, but I just think maybe if I want to bet, I'll probably go with under shots for Juventus just because Inter Milan are not going to allow them to come and dominate in the San Siro.
Yeah, that's
so. If there's maybe Juventus under 14.5 or under 12.5, I might probably see value in that, but it's not going to be on the lock. It's probably just a parlay. So
yeah,
that's kind of it. I don't want to talk much about it, but I think probably Inter, if they want to go far this season, I think they don't lose that much.
Exactly. And that's actually what I like there. I think they do their best to avoid defeats and then wait for Juventus to come back to Inter Milan next year, and then they try to get at least 4 points from them. But now, moving on to the game of the weekend.
Wait, before that, what about Bayern Hamburg? That's straight for me. I'm going to take in Bayern shots as well.
Yeah.
Straight one, nothing else. Mikel Olise has been doing excellently well in the international break. He has continued with remarkable form. Luis Diaz is good in scoring. Bayern shots, Bayern win on the parlay. So that's it for me.
But there's no value there though.
No, I'm going to take Bayern shots at about 18 shots.
Oh, 18 shots.
That's going to be about at least 1.4.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, so that's kind of where I'm looking at.
Yeah, I'm not going to be betting on that game because there's no value there.
It's so small.
It's so small. If you take Bayern to win by at least 2 goals, it's still extremely small. It's like 1.2 odds. So
it's not worth it.
There's nothing for me to do there. And I can't take Bayern minus 3.5 because they have a Champions League game.
Exactly.
Against Chelsea. So yeah, I'm going to leave that game alone. No, I don't want any part of that game. So there we go. Man City against
the weekend.
Manchester Derby.
Yeah.
So most Manchester United fans are going to be thinking this is a game to win. Same thing for the Manchester City fans because both teams, I think, they lost their previous games. United barely beat Burnley.
Yeah.
Man City lost on the road against Brighton. So do you have a bet on this game? Because I have a bet on this game. Listen, I have a lot of Manchester United fans that are my friends. You have Niza, you have Ryan.
Very useless.
I also have some teammates of mine.
Once you're a United fan, I mean, it's hard in life, eh?
Yeah, it's actually difficult. Now there's a meme everywhere of Manchester United. Everyone laughs about them. I'm sorry, guys. There's also going to be some laughter this weekend against Manchester United because I'm going to be wearing blue. I'm going to be the blue team this weekend. Manchester City is going to beat Manchester United about 1.66 odd. So I'm going to be all over that pick.
The thing is that Man United, they love to come up in big games.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that it's just unfortunate that Cunha is out, right? The way Man United played Arsenal, if they play City that very well,
they win.
They win. Exactly, they win
because there's a large defensive gap between Arsenal and Man City.
Exactly. If they play that very way, they win.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to seeing what Amorim will do. Whether Amorim will probably push Bruno Fernandes ahead, considering that Cunha had some injury issues, from the last match. I'm waiting to see how Bruno will perform, So I think it's a very, very interesting game. I'm not going to bet on it, but I think it's a very, very interesting game. And I think if Man United play the way they play Arsenal, I think they're sneaking something. I think they're sneaking something, at least a draw from that game.
Yes.
City have the players, they have everything, but I don't know what's going on. Like, Pep has to sit down and then do some factory data reset.
Yeah.
You have Doku, you have good players, you have Ryan Check, even though he's injured now, but you have Tijani Reinders, Oscar Bob. Like, he needs to work on it.
You have to do something. You have to. I personally think that United doesn't have any kryptonite against City. That's the first thing. Secondly,
but they won them last time, though.
They did win them last season, so it's actually funny. I do think that United's performance has been declining over the last 3 weeks. From that performance against Arsenal to the draw versus Fulham.
Grimsby.
And then now the lost versus Grimsby. And then now the win against Burnley came off of a penalty, which could have been a draw. So, I don't know, have a lot of ifs in here and there. But I really think Man City is going to win this game and prepare for the Champions League. I think this is the game they have to win. If they don't win this game, I don't even see them finishing top 3 in the Premier League. I understand this is a Manchester derby. It's different. There's a lot of passion and tension in the game. But I really think they have enough to win United. So I'm going to be all over Man City money line. Sorry, guys. But
yeah,
it is.
I think the only thing I'm looking at very well is if Jeremy Doku starts, I'm going to be betting on Man City corners.
Okay.
That's true. If Jeremy Doku starts.
Yes.
So that will be a late bet for me because when Omar Mamouche plays, he doesn't make the pitch wide enough,
Yes.
But if Jeremy Doku starts, I'm going to look at Man City corners.
Okay. I'm going to do with you right there.
Yeah. So I think that's it regarding our European league games for the weekend. Now, over to the big dogs. Over to the Champions League. And I'm going to be starting with a very, very big one. Barcelona travel to St. James Park. What do you have to say regarding that game?
Bro, we don't crack under pressure. We do not crack under pressure.
Inter Milan.
It doesn't matter.
Inter Milan, you're saying hi.
It doesn't matter where we are. We play our best game. You understand? We play our best game wherever we are.
Inter Milan San Siro.
The Santiago Bernabeu is louder than St. James Park. Yes or no?
No.
Okay.
No.
Is it as loud? Is it close?
I don't think so.
Okay. That's your opinion.
I don't think. Do you know how loud St. James Park is? I think the only thing we're comparing it right now to is probably Dortmund's field.
Okay.
Signal Iduna Park. But you know the difference?
What's the difference?
Signal Iduna Park is loud, but they have children playing in the field. St. James Park is loud, but they have 50-year-old men playing in the field. Men who have been cracking concrete their whole life. Men who have been toiling. He had a player called Bruno Guimaraes, and he tells you that his jersey number is from his dad, who used to be a taxi driver in Brazil. So it's men who have gone through toil and soil. Like, it's not children.
I completely understand.
I
understand. Here's the thing, though. You can have all the spirit you want and all the heart you want and all the determination you want. You can have 30 million fans in the stadium. But what Barca is going to do is that we're going to play possession games. They're going to chase the entire game. They're going to attack. They're going to defend. They're going to lay back in a low block and defend our attack.
Do you know Sandro Tonali?
I know Sandro Tonali. He's a defensive midfielder. He's going to stay back and defend as well.
Okay.
Because you have two maestros. I hope Frankie de Jong comes back. But you're going to have Pedri controlling the midfield. You're going to have Pedri controlling the midfield. You're going to have Dani Olmo checking in, passing the ball. You're going to have Rafinha and Lamine Yamal making overlaps and dropping in. We're going to control the entire game. And guess what? The home fans cannot yell the entire game.
Actually, they did against Liverpool with one man down.
And who won the game?
It doesn't matter.
Oh, it doesn't matter?
It doesn't matter.
Here's the thing, though.
They had a red card.
Yes, they did have a red card.
Antonio Elanga.
We all know Liverpool.
Antonio Elanga.
Against who?
Anthony Gordon.
Elanga
against Barcelona's high line.
Yes,
Father Lord.
Yes, I mean, that was the same thing you could have said about Kylian Mbappe and Vinicius Jr. with all the speed.
They don't have that team, but Real Madrid doesn't have that team.
Listen, brother, this Highland didn't start today. It started last year, and we beat the likes of Bayern Munich.
They didn't have your script. They didn't have your script. Teams have studied you guys now.
What do you mean they didn't have the script?
It's like
Champions League was played weeks after the season started.
No, but it's difficult to study a team during the season.
So what do they do in preparation? How do they prepare if it's difficult to...
Okay, take for example, right? If you're playing a game during the weekend, that game is almost your most important game. You have to prepare for that game. You see, right? So take for example, you're playing Wolves this weekend. You're trying to get your first win. You're preparing to face Wolves. You have Barcelona at the back of your mind. So if you're playing after Wolves, now you need to face Barcelona. There's recovery that you need to do by Sunday, for example, Sunday, Monday. Then now you need to prepare for Barcelona. So it's going to be very difficult for you to do a lot of, how will I put it, preparation. But now they have the script. But that's regarding that. I will not go too much into it, but I think it's going to be hell.
Are you going to bet on the game?
Yes.
FC Barca is going to win the game plus 100, 2 odds. I'm going to take it.
I'm not going to bet on Barcelona win. I'm going to bet on two things. I'm going to bet on Newcastle offsides.
Okay.
That's a very, very good one. I'm going to bet on Newcastle offsides, and I'm going to be looking at Newcastle shots as well. What
you should do is you should take Newcastle to win or draw.
I'll talk about them. They're not my team. I don't give a shit if they win or not.
Okay.
I'm going to look at something which I feel, after studying, I feel it's going to make sense. So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely interesting. Let's move on to your team. You guys are going to be traveling to Germany to play against FC Bayern Munich. I'm going to be betting on that game. I'm going to take Bayern team total over 1.5 goals. I think they scored 2 on you guys. And I don't know whether you guys score or not. I don't care about your team. But I'm going to be taking Bayern to score 2 goals in that game. What about you? What do you think?
That game is going to be an interesting game, just for the fact that it's a Champions League and most of Bayern players have already played in the Champions League before.
Yes.
But the Chelsea squad, we haven't really played in the Champions League, right? The only player I can think about is probably Reece James, who has won the Champions League. But there are other people, Cucurella, Tosin, Trevor Chalobah, these are some of them, their first appearance in the Champions League,
Yeah.
It's going to be a big stage. So I think, unlike PSG that we won them the Club World Cup, it wasn't in the home stadium. There wasn't noise. We're going to be playing the LS Arena. There's going to be a lot of noise. I'm looking at Chelsea probably sneaking in a draw. I think it's going to be good for us to get a draw. But what I'll be betting on that game, I'll probably be betting Bayern shots. I think we'll probably have a low block. Bayern also has a very high line. People don't look at it like that, but Bayern has a very high line and company likes that. So I think we're going to have that kind of play. And we're lucky that Alphonso Davies isn't back.
Oh, no, he's not going to be back.
Yeah, so I'm happy. I'm thinking that we can probably exploit that high line a little bit and sneak in a goal or two. So I'm going to be looking at Bayern shots. Because I think that we will need to be conservative. Like, you're playing Bayern, so I'm going to be taking Bayern shots in that game. So that would be my bet.
Yeah.
Bayern shots.
Yeah, that's actually a good one, Bayern shots.
Probably about 16 like that. I'm thinking it's going to be good value, so Bayern shots.
Yeah, that's true. And I think the Champions League experience counts a lot in this game, and Chelsea might sit back a little bit and defend before they maybe get Bayern a little bit tired before they try to attack.
Especially in the Allianz Arena, man.
Yeah,
it will be loud.
Yes,
so, yeah.
Absolutely. And then Arsenal travels to Spain to play against Atletico Bilbao. Are you going to bet on the game or?
Arsenal Bilbao. The thing is that Arsenal, you lost against Liverpool by trying to play as if you're sneaking the point. I think Arsenal actually win this game.
I think so too.
Just because when Arsenal play like in the Champions League, right? They are not scared of those teams like they're scared of Premier League teams like Liverpool. So I think Arsenal actually win this game. The way Bilbao play, they have a lot of possession football, right? Yeah. But I don't think they'll outpass Arsenal. Their best player is Nico Williams, I think he went out a little bit injured for Spain. So I'm not sure how fit he is. If Nico Williams isn't available, I think Arsenal actually win that game. Yeah, it's one of those games that you put in a long parlay. I don't think you probably put it as a lock, but I'm gonna go with Arsenal to win. Not win or draw, win. I'm gonna take Arsenal to win. It's probably gonna be a little bit high.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take that and just put it on a long parlay. That's kind of what I'm looking at.
Yeah, I would have loved to take Arsenal to win, but the Bilbao stadium is so different. Those guys, they don't have many games at home. I'm not going to be taking that game either. I really liked Arsenal, but Bilbao can come at you in so many different ways. They lost against Manchester United last year, though. Man United were able to beat Bilbao 3-0. So this is a game that Arsenal can actually win. But this is the Champions League. I don't know. I don't actually risk it. So I'm not going to bet on that game. PSV plays against the Belgian Giants, Gilloa. St. Gilloa. Do you have anything on that?
Guys, last year we had the ladder challenge on Instagram, the scoreboard. You can check it out. And most of our best bets came from teams like PSG in Germany, PSG in France, PSV Eindhoven in Netherlands. I'm going to be taking PSV shots.
Okay.
They are very aggressive. Even though one of their best players, Yohan Bakayoko, he left the team and is now playing in Leipzig. I think Noah Lang also left. A couple of good players. Tillman, exactly. But I still think they have a good core. Yeah. And I've checked out the way they play and they still have a lot of shots. They still have a lot of kick-off shots with the like of Ivan Perisic and all that. So I'm going to be looking at PSV shots. So that's kind of what I'm looking at regarding that.
Yeah, I'm not going to be betting on that game. I want nothing to do with it. Yeah, just because I trust St. Gilloa's defense. And I like to bet on money lines, but I don't trust PSV to win yet. Because before they went on international break, they actually lost. So newly promoted.
I think Telstar or something.
2-0.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Very crazy.
And their odds to win was about 1.07. Can you imagine? That is crazy.
There's nothing to explain there.
I don't want anything to do. I'm going to be betting on the next game, though, against our rivals. You see, if you don't like a team, the least you could do is to have them pay you in your bets.
Exactly.
So Madrid welcomes Marseille at the Bernabeu. I'm going to be having Madrid in the parlay because the odds to win is 1.39.
Which is good enough.
Which is very good enough to combine and get a good value parlay. So I'm going to be taking Real Madrid to win. If I feel good that Tuesday morning, I could take Madrid to win and over 1.5. I think they can get 2 goals in the Champions League opener just because you have a new coach. They want to impress the fans and they want to start a very good run into the Champions League.
And it's their competition.
It's their competition. They're the kings of the Champions League. So I'm going to be taking Madrid to win that game. Easy.
Yeah, I'm going to be looking at Madrid shots.
Okay.
Marseille, they play for Roberto De Zerbi. Obviously, his team is a very funny team, right? They like to pass the ball a lot. So I think once they pass the ball and Real Madrid gets the ball, right?
Yeah.
I think it's very fast. The transition is very fast. So I think Real Madrid gets a lot of shots. So I'm looking at Real Madrid shots and then I might look at the win. It's not going to be on a lock, but that's kind of it regarding that. And, I'm hoping for the best just because Madrid winning is good for the health, especially when you hate Barcelona. So, yeah.
I mean, you can always bet on Madrid to win, but it doesn't concern us in any way.
I'm not betting on Madrid to win. I don't love them like that.
What you could do is like wait for the Clasico and then you bet on Madrid to beat Barcelona.
I'm gonna bet on one. Give me money.
Okay, then. All right. Juventus against Dortmund. Do you have anything?
Very, very boring game.
Yeah, I'm going to be sleeping if I watch this game.
Yeah, Juventus versus Dortmund. The two teams are just so funny. They have interesting players like in the midfield.
Yeah.
Kefrem Turan versus Jude Bellingham. Very interesting players and everything. There's also one guy, Mecha. I love Mecha so much. He's from the City Academy. I love him, but the game is going to be, it's going to be lackluster. You don't know where the pressing is going to come from. Dortmund playing away will probably sit back a little bit.
Exactly.
They will try to press completely. So it's not going to be something I'm going to really go into hard. So yeah.
And those are two teams that they're very, very conservative and they don't have an ideal identity that you can actually believe that, all right, this is what this team is going to be getting to this game and trying to do. So there's very much a lot of uncertainty here.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to bet on this game, actually. I like taking under. I'm the undertaker, but I probably will not take anything here. I'm going to look at under 3.5 goals. If I do like it, I'm going to bet it. If there's enough value in there, just because Juventus is going to focus on defense. Dortmund, same thing. Not a lot of attacking power over there. So if I do see that the under 3.5 is of good value, I'm going to combine it with my Madrid money line and I'm going to put in a parlay.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
now a very big one. PSG, the defending champions, welcome Atalanta. But without Ousmane Dembele and probably Desiree Doué, who were injured during international duty.
Yeah.
What do you think about that game?
Here's the thing. Atalanta, they've been very, very poor to start the season.
Yeah.
Lugman, he's not really that efficient anymore. They've lost the head coach, the star striker. Retegui, he's left and he's now in Saudi Arabia. So I don't really trust Atalanta to score a lot of goals in this game. I think Paris is going to try to control the game. They're going to try to score first, even though they don't have Dembele and Doué to actually have a very, very solid performance from an attacking perspective. I really like both teams to score. No, that's my favorite bet. Hoping that PSG can keep a clean sheet at home versus Atalanta, who are not really solid offensively right now. Atalanta lost. I think they drew against a couple of really low-level teams in the Serie A. So I'm going to be taking both teams to score. No, that's going to be my bet. What about you?
Interesting. I'm going to be looking at PSG shots. Even with Dembele out, I still think they have a lot of firepower. Guys, as you can see, my best market is shots, just because once you're at home, for example, if you're winning 5-0, 3-0, 2-0, you're still going to kick. If you have a red card, you're still going to kick. So that's one of my best markets. It's not an all sports book, but it's very, 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 very good market. So I love playing shots. So I'm going to look at PSG shots. I think with Kvicha, Kvaratskhelia, and Bradley Barcola with Gonzalo Ramos, Vitinha, I think they still kick a lot of shots to the post. So I'm going to be taking that PSG shots. I think that's good value.
Yeah.
So that's also one thing I'm going to be looking at. Then I'm also going to look at probably a PSG win, but I'm still waiting to see exactly
what happens.
Some information regarding Atalanta before I actually decide to talk about that. Yeah. So that's kind of what I'll be looking at regarding that particular match.
Yeah, no, that's definitely interesting. Very good game to watch. But, I think the game's outcome is going to depend heavily on Dembele's health. So if he can become healthy, then there's going to be...
he's actually out for a long time.
That's true. He's not play.
So he's not going to play. So it's going to be a little bit funny, but I don't think I'm even going to go touch them at all. So, yeah.
Sounds good. And then now, Kevin De Bruyne goes back to the Etihad Stadium. Man City plays Napoli. What are your thoughts on that game?
Man City is going to dominate.
Possession, for sure.
Yes, because Antonio Conte, he away from home. In fact, in the Champions League, Antonio Conte is very funny. He hasn't won any Champions League trophy yet, but when it comes to league titles with Juventus, he's a king. Yeah. He was a king there, back to back. Came to Chelsea, won the Premier League with Pep and Klopp in there, went back to Italy, won the league again. So I think in the league, he's a giant. When it comes to UCL, I think he's a little bit skeptical. I don't understand what happens to him there. So I think Man City sneak this one.
Yeah.
But the only thing is that I think they have Napoli has enough firepower
Yep.
to actually sneak a result in. So it's not like it will be complete domination by Man City. I think Napoli will have some chances. So if they can take one or two other chances, they will score a goal at least. With De Bruyne, McTominay, and Gisa, they will get a goal.
Yes.
Yeah. Only thing is that if Conte comes in and decides to play with five midfielders instead of playing maybe attacking players like attacking wingers and all that, they might defend a little bit. But I think Mans will be pressing most of the time.
Yes.
Our Conte's pragmatic approach, I think they'll be defending. So I'm looking at Man City corners as well. Doku is available, Man City shots. So that's kind of my value there.
Yeah, I actually pray Doku starts this game. I really pray so, because position-wise, Man City is going to dominate the entire game.
For sure.
With Doku in the lineup, I think a lot of corners come in this game. Napoli, they are very good defensively. So I really hope that they don't allow any goals in the first half. So if I have Doku in the lineup, I'm going to be taking Man City team total corners. Hopefully it's about 5.5. I'm going to take over 5.5. I don't trust Man City yet to get a money line against Napoli in the Champions League yet. So I'm going to take the corner case for Man City over 5.5 corners at least.
Okay, that's very great. And now, one of our last legs for the Champions League, Liverpool versus Atletico Madrid. Before recording today, I actually saw the odds. Liverpool is at 1.65 odds.
Yes, I'm going to be taking Liverpool to win.
That is massive, considering that they are playing against an Atletico Madrid side that sits back. And their season has been abysmal.
Exactly.
It's been so terrible, and Liverpool has won everything. But on the other hand, Liverpool in all their games have been drawing around 80-something minutes. And Atletico Madrid has a habit of sneaking in a win, like against PSG last year.
Yeah.
So I think if Liverpool don't dominate and score 2 or 3 goals early on, PSG Atletico Madrid can sneak in and have a result. But deep down within me, I think this is Liverpool's game easily.
Yes, this is Liverpool's game. I know you hate Liverpool, so you're trying to create scenarios where Atletico can win.
Man.
It's not going to happen. Anfield is going to be loud. Liverpool is going to be blazing all over the place. Liverpool is going to win that game very, very comfortably.
Champions League night.
I'm actually going to take Liverpool to win this game. I'm going to single bet it. I'm going to be all over Liverpool in this game.
Pause.
I'm going to be having my red jersey on to support Liverpool.
How many jerseys do you have?
Don't worry about it. Yeah, but I'm going to be taking Liverpool. I mean, last season, Liverpool cost me a lot of bets, but I do think Bizot told me something the other day. He said, when you're betting, it's okay to bend, but don't break. So I'm going to be... So I'm not going to break. I'm going to be with Liverpool. I might bend by losing a few bets, but I'm not going to break. So Liverpool money line against Atletico will be my order, so I'm going to be at.
Okay, I think that sounds great. That sounds extremely great. So I think that's it for all. I'll just give a rundown of all our bets for the Champions League. So for me, I'm going to be betting on PSV, Eindhoven. I'm going to be betting on their shots. I'm going to be betting on PSG, French. I'm going to be betting on their shots. I'm going to be betting on Bayern Munich. Mm-hmm. I'll be betting on Bayern Munich shots. I'll be looking at Newcastle offsides.
Okay.
Of about 5 or 6. And then maybe about 8 to 10 shots. I'll be betting on Man City shots as well versus Napoli and corners if Jeremy Doku starts the game. And then also I'll be looking at Liverpool versus Atletico Madrid, shots for Liverpool, and then probably double chance for Liverpool as well. So those are my bets for the Champions League.
Yes, this is very going to be interesting. I'm checking the total right now between Dortmund and Juventus. Under 3.5 is like minus 2.255. So
that's like 1.4 something.
1.4, yeah. So I'm going to be taking Madrid to beat Marseille. Under 3.5 total goals between Juventus and Dortmund. PSG versus Atalanta, both teams to score no. Bayern versus Chelsea. Bayern team total over 1.5 goals. I'm going to be taking... I'm not going to bet on my team yet. No.
I told you he's scared.
No. You can say whatever you want to say. And then... Man City team total over 5.5 corners if the line's at 5.5, hopefully. And then finally, I'm going to take Liverpool to beat Atletico Madrid. So those are my bets.
Okay.
Champions League. It's not a parlay. I mean, we could create a parlay, but these are my
the
predictions.
best picks. Those are our best picks, and you can mix and match how you want them. But these are our best picks. You can see them right down here beneath. And guys, tell us your best picks. Also, we want to see exactly how you think and your best Champions League games as well. So give us your best picks for the European leagues during the European matches during the weekend, and then also your best Champions League match as well, and Champions League picks. Before going ahead, please like, share, and subscribe as well. And thank you very much. Also, last year we had the ladder challenge going on Discover. Yeah. And officially we'll be starting something similar this week as well. I will be doing that for the UCL, and officially Brandon is going to tell you about his own part in the next episode. Thank you guys very much, and that will be all for this. See you next week, and it's officially 1 month here. Thank you very much, Miss Cover.